combat in the Second World War so that I wouldn't.
How ironic.
Every evening, I watched headlights zoom past our front lawn, anticipating a pair to turn into the driveway. When she finally collected my drooping bones for bedtime, I lay restless, certain that he'd come bursting through the doors while I was dreaming, and I didn't want to miss his homecoming. One evening, shortly after supper, my eyes burnished against the reflection of headlights unfamiliar to me. I figured it was the sergeant's car come to bring my weathered father home. When the uniformed man walked up to the door, he found me running towards him with a handful of hope. I can still hear Mama's cries, muffled behind a kitchen towel. I wore my best suit for Papa's homecoming, trying to be strong for Mama in her best black dress. She hid behind a dark veil as she accepted the American flag folded into a triangle and a purple heart. When I was old enough to receive a draft notice, I didn't tell her for weeks. When I was shipped to Vietnam to fight a losing battle, I told her that I was well fed. When she asked about the news reports, I reassured her that I hadn't seen any terrorizing skirmishes here. But when I was sent home, one leg less than when I had left, she was just happy to hear that I had been honorably discharged. I lived next to marching revolutionists who contested our nation's involvement in another country's civil war. It was then that I learned to love my country, but to question its government. We had hoped that our protests would bring our brothers home, but there were no homecoming ceremonies for the vets of Nam. Decades later, when the towers collapsed, blanketing our greatest city in debris, no one questioned the commander-in-chief. Our nation demanded a counterattack as if revenge would somehow rebuild our pride. I fully supported my son the day I drove him to the recruiter's office to enlist. His fist clenched onto hope that he could make a difference.